Hey, what's up guys, it's Marbletron here, back at it again with another video. Today, instead of a regular video review, we're going to be doing a top 10 list for my favorite 2019 comic book, Marvel Legends. So, before we get started, if you don't already, I would love it if you followed me on Instagram at Marbletron. I recently just hit 1,000 followers, and my goal is to hit 2,000 followers by the end of next year, of 2019 to 2020. So, now that we got all that out the way, let's get into it. So for number 10, this is the only female figure on the list and the only Walgreens exclusive figure on the list. We have Mystique. So, I love this figure for a lot of reasons, but one of the main reasons being the accessories that she comes with. So if we just bring in her accessories real quick, my favorite accessory that she comes with is this half-turned rogue head, which I think is really, really cool. I do not own the original rogue to put this on, but it does also fit on this body, and I think it works just as well. And I haven't been collecting Marvel Legends for too long, but this was the first time of me getting this gun, and I think it's really cool that you could remove the drum actually, and see the bullet coming out right there. So I also think that's really cool. And also you get the Lalandra Normani head sculpt that you could fit onto the Silver Sable body. And if you want to see what that looks like, you can head over to my Instagram. And she also comes with this pretty cool pistol, I guess, but I would have preferred if she came with Glocks or something. But that's pretty much it for the complaints. It's just, I wish they would have given her another gun. But that's really the only issue. The rest of the accessories are amazing. And her head sculpt, I really think they nailed it with the skull on her forehead, and she has the skulls on her belt. Just a really clean paint job throughout the whole thing. And this is also, should be noted that it's a pretty rare figure to find. All Walgreens exclusives become pretty tough to get, but I think that's pretty much it for Mystique. Let's move on to number 9. So for number 9 on this list, we have another X-Men character, but this time his name is the Wolverine. So this Wolverine comes in the 3-pack fan channel exclusive Love Triangle set with Jean Grey and Cyclops. And the reason why this figure, I think, is a highlight of the set is just like Mystique, his awesome accessories. So that might be a common theme of the figures that come in this list, is the great amount and type of accessories that they come with. So if we take a closer look at Wolverine, you can see right now he has on these brand new bone claws, which haven't really been done before, and it has a really unique design. It's actually the silver part and the rest of the claw is one piece, which makes it a lot more sturdy compared to the adamantium claws that he also does come with. And you can see how much easier it is for these guys to bend compared to these guys. And he comes with 3 separate heads. It's basically the 12-inch figure that came out, I think 1 or 2 years ago. But it's just a shrunken down version of that. So that 12-inch also came with a head just like this, with the hair exposed and the like bullet holes in his cowl, which I think is really, really cool. And I think it came out and translated great to the 6-inch scale. And he also, just like the 12-inch figure, if we pop this head off and put the interchangeable cowl and head on, get the smiling Logan head, which a lot of people seem come to hate, but I actually really, really like it. And I think it came out great as well. And there's one more head. This is the same exact head that came in the last Tiger Stripe Wolverine, which I think this one is way better than, because just look at it. The coloring is a lot better. It has a much brighter, more accurate yellow and a darker blue. The darker blue might not be as much like the TV show, but I still really think it makes for a great Wolverine, and I think is the highlight of that love triangle. So for number 8 on the list, this time we have a Spider-Man villain. We have the Scorpion. So I honestly think this figure is awesome, not because of his accessories, unlike the last two, because this guy comes with actually 0 accessories except for the Molten Man Build-A-Figure piece. This figure totally won me over in sculpt and mobility and articulation. Because just look at this thing, bro. Look at the tail on this, man. It's completely bendy wire through it. It's completely flexible and mobile in so many different kinds of ways. The possibilities are endless with him fighting against Spider-Man. And also just the sculpt, not the circles, the lines that they have throughout All of his body was done really, really well. And the green that they chose, I think, was really nice. The head sculpt I really like. The only imperfection I have is a little bit of paint imperfections around the lip area. But that's pretty much the only problem I have with this figure. And I really like this brand new diaphragm joint that they made for him. And it works really well. It crunches very well back and forth and around. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the reasons why I really like it. Because it's a very articulated, mobile, and just a fun figure. So, that's pretty much it for number 8. Let's move on to number 7. So, for the number 7 spot, this was a little bit difficult to pick. We're jumping right back on the X-Men train, folks. We got Professor X. And I know he's a Rider series figure, but it's not really that large of a vehicle, so I decided to include him in here and spot him at number 7. And I just think this thing is amazing. The hover chair that he's on, and they even gave him a stand and everything, too. I just think it's really awesome. And the figure itself is pretty cool. So if we take him out right here, he also has the blanket, and inside there's the cushion and everything. They're really, even though it's on a basic body, I think they did a very good job of representing Professor X. And that's not all that he comes with. He also comes with some accessories. He comes with the Cerebro helmet that fits right onto his head. It's not a whole interchangeable head, because they like doing that sometimes. And you could just line that up on his face. Well, you could if you did it right. But, yeah, that's the best I could do right there. Right now, with my hands around the camera. But, yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome. And he does come with this weird effect piece. A lot of people know it looks really weird, but you could stick it on the back of his head. There's a little hole, and that's how that looks. And then if you just put him back, let me just leave that off, put him back into the hover chair, put on his blanket, there it is. That's Professor X, man. And this figure is just so well executed. For I actually only paid $35 for this. I think it's awesome. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that it comes with these secret, I don't want to really say compartments, but features that you could slide open and see some control panels and stuff like that. I think this is really cool, just to show you the sculpt all around. And then this stand piece, which is removable, which I think came out really cool as well. So that's pretty much it for the number 7 spot. Let's move on to number 6. So for the number 6 spot, this one was also pretty tough to come up with, but it goes to the Nightcrawler. And I know it's another X-Men figure, but this guy is just awesome, man. I love that they used the Superior Spider-Man body for most of it, and they made this brand new upper torso piece, which I think looks awesome, how it's embedded, the red part's embedded in the chest and everything, and it's made out of like a hard rubber piece for the shoulders and stuff. And just the mobility on him, the articulation, since he's such an agile character, it's so appropriate for him. And though he doesn't have a bendy wire tail, it does at least rotate, which I'm fine with. I don't really care for the bendy wire tail that much for this character, compared to maybe Scorpion or something like that. But yeah, he's just also another very fun figure to play with. And he also comes with a few other accessories as well, like 2 other head portraits right here. He's got an angry head right here. It's not really focusing, but I'm trying to go through this quick. And he has a neutral head sculpt also, and he does come with an extra hand that you could put on him so he doesn't have to hold the sword. But this is my favorite head sculpt, the smiling one that he has on right here. If that could just focus. If it can just focus. There it goes. It's just, I think it's the best head sculpt that just screams Kurt to me. And yeah, I really love this guy. Let's move into the top 5 now, shall we? So to kick off the top 5, number 5 goes to the God of Thunder, the mighty Thor. So, first things first, what I want to say about this guy is just that he's a massive figure. Here he is next to number 6, the Nightcrawler. And yeah, just look at the size difference there. If I just, yeah, he's an enormous figure. And also the totally unique sculpt on him, except I think these arms are actually borrowed from Hercules. But aside from that, it's an all new sculpt. Everything about him, I love it. Just, I love the wrap around his calves and everything, and the plating here on his chest all the way throughout his torso, and then the face sculpt. I think they nailed it on him as well, and the helmet looks really cool. And then he comes with Mjolnir, and the Mjolnir has like a writing on it. Can't really show it to you guys with the lighting that I have right now, but if you want to take a closer look, you can check it out on my Instagram. And then he comes with this large cape, which is flowing to his right side, and it has some shading on it actually. And this was part of the 80 years line, so this one was $25 compared to the normal 20. And the only accessory he comes with besides Mjolnir is the extra hand, extra left hand. So that's pretty much it for Thor. It's pretty self-explanatory why he's on here. Just his awesome build. It's just such a well-made action figure. So that's pretty much it. Let's move on to number 4. So for the number 4 spot, this time it goes to the classic 80 years Iron Man. And just, man, look at the way the light is shining on this guy. He looks amazing. The coloring on him is incredible. I think it's nearly a perfect representation of the classic Iron Man suit. It's almost perfect in every way. And it comes with tons of accessories. First of all, it comes with 2 interchangeable heads. If I could just, let me get him standing right here. He comes with the Tony Stark head, which I think looks amazing. Let's put that on him, because he looks awesome with it, man. Just get that on there. It's a pretty tight fit, but bam, look at that. That looks awesome. And then he also comes with this head. I'm not as big of a fan of this head compared to this head, but still pretty well done. You could actually make out like little rivets in the mouth area. If I could get this to focus. Come on. Yeah, in the mouth area right here, you can see little tiny rivets. And I think that looks awesome, man. And then also, he comes with these brand new, unique repulsor pieces. These things have never been made before. And you can just plug in the repulsor, the smaller repulsor blast right in here. And then you could plug it into these interchangeable hands that he comes with as well. So that's how that looks. And if you want to see how one of them looks on here, you can see that here. And it makes for a really cool effect for Iron Man. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this figure. He's really, really awesome. Now let's go into the top 3. So for the number 3 spot, this is the only Build-A-Figure on this list, and it's another Spider-Man villain. This one goes to the Kingpin, man. This figure is probably one of the best Build-A-Figures of the entire year, including MCU and comic book figures. This guy, just the way he's built from head to toe, is amazing. They completely captured the overall look and shape of the Kingpin from most comic books, man. It's awesome. It's a little bit dirty for some reason. But, yeah, this guy just came out really, really amazing. And, he comes with an extra head here, a plain head. I like the screaming head a lot more. Obviously, that's why I have him displayed like that. And he comes with this really cool cane, too. It has, like, the jewel on top. It's just a really awesome figure. And he's got some pretty good mobility for being pretty big. And this is also a separate piece. You could remove this, and it won't really look that bad with these arms, because it's all white on white on white. So, I think it's just really, really awesome, man. And also, his shoes even have detail, man. It's this figure really impressed me, and I'm really happy to have this in my collection. So now let's go to the top 2. So for the number 2 spot, this one goes to another X-Men character. This time, it's the Beast, man. A beast of a figure also. Because just look at the texture this guy's got on him. All the fur on him. It looks exactly how you think the Beast would look. It's like he just came out of a comic book in 6-inch form. And also the articulation, you get the standard Marvel Legends articulation, plus these very awesome hips. He can almost do a full split. And he has toe articulation, can move his toes down, up. He even has a double, he has like 2 points of articulation in his abs here. He could turn here, and then he could crunch forward and back, and also he could crunch forward and back with this cut here as well. So it gives him even extra movement. A lot of people, oh, and he also has the butterfly joints for a large character. That's pretty insane. And a lot of people don't really like this head sculpt. They would have preferred a neutral head sculpt, or maybe one more accurate to the TV series, but I'm perfectly fine with the whited out eyes and screaming head. I think that's completely appropriate for their first attempt at Beast, at least for these modern days of Marvel Legends. And he also comes with 2 extra hands. He comes with like a gripping hand, so I usually have him gripping beer. And then he comes with a flat hand, so you can get him into, you know, some stances like so. Like maybe I've seen a lot of people recreate the cover. I forgot what cover it is, but yeah, you kind of see, so you could plant himself on the ground. And also, a lot of people use this hand to make him do the handstands and everything. So that's pretty much it for the Beast figure. He's really awesome. I really enjoy it. Let's see who number 1 is going to be. So, for the number 1 spot, this took me a while to figure out who I wanted to be my number 1. And I finally came to a conclusion. It's going to be... You guys ready? The Rock Python figure from the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Professor Hulk Wave. I know what you're going to say. I know this figure, you have no idea who he is, but just look at how accurate he is to the comics. This guy is just insane, bro. Look at him. Psych. Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. This figure's absolute trash. You know who it is, guys. It's the freaking Incredible Hulk, who won't even fit in frame. Yeah, this guy is amazing. He comes in the 80 Years 2-pack with the Wolverine. Let me just make sure he's in frame. He comes in that 2-pack with that corny-ass Wolverine, and he is a beast of a figure. He is awesome. Let me get this stuff out of the way so you could see how amazing he is. So to take a closer look at the Hulk, here he is, an entirely brand new sculpt, a very vibrant looking figure. He's got some nice greens growing throughout him, nice purple, nice tattered jeans, everything. He's got articulation everywhere, especially these butterfly joints, which unfortunately don't allow you to go forward. And if they did, I would have liked some clapping hands so you could do the Hulk clap, but you only get these 2 interchangeable hands, which I'm fine with because he can't even clap anyways. And he's got a really cool diaphragm joint that works really well. And I love the head choice that they chose for him. It's just a really... It pops. It really pops. And I think this is the best Marvel Legends figure of the year for MCU and comic books. Just the build of him. It's obviously the best bang for your buck out of all of them because he's the largest. And I think he might be even figure of the year for all brands. The only thing that might be touching this guy is the Mayfek Spider-Man, which I also really love. But this guy, I think he holds crown for this year, man. Well done, Hasbro. So lastly, he comes with this really cool ripped up shirt that just rests on his shoulders, and I think that works out really well. And you could even put it on other figures, like maybe the Beast. I've seen people do that. Doesn't look that bad either. And, yeah, so that's pretty much it for the figure. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10, this video. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, all that awesome stuff. Hope you guys all had a good Christmas, and you're going to have a happy new year. Don't forget to also follow me on Instagram, @Marbletron. That's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.